Debbie, how's your holiday going so far?
Good.
Today gone well? Nice walk?
Yep, it's a nice place.
It is. And how would you like to round the day off? Because it's now about 8 o'clock. How would you like to round the day off with a fishing session?
No chance. I should be safely tucked in here with my book or crochet.
Rhyl harbour beckons. Do I have to go on my own?
Yep.
And I was thinking, well, we were talking about memories, weren't we, earlier today, when we first met and all that sort of thing. And you actually have memories here at Talacra. I mean, many years ago, over 30 years ago probably, or whatever, 25, because our girls were very young then, weren't they? Of been at Talacra, fishing.
Traumatic memories.
Fishing. Do you remember what happened?
Yes, I do.
We'd been somewhere. We're on the way back home.
For the day. You come fishing, but we went for the day to somewhere. Anyway.
I went fishing at Rhyl, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I had some bait left over,
Yeah.
so I decided to stop off at Talacra on the way. It was a beautiful summer's evening, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we got snacks and kids had got comics for the car while you fished. And somebody
I
forgot
think it was
his
dark
light.
and windy. I was being a bit sarcastic then.
Oh, I can't remember.
It was very
I
it
don't
was
know
very
what
windy.
It was like I just know it was dark.
Yeah, and I went out onto the beach.
But you forgot your light.
Yeah, so you went back to
I
the
had
car.
to go back and fetch it.
Yeah,
And by the time I got back to you, it was too dark to see the way back.
yeah.
So we had to stand on the beach while you fished.
But what we want to know is, did I catch anything?
Yes, one little whiting.
And can you remember anything about it?
Got a big eye.
Big eyes. It had big eyes, didn't it?
Yeah.
And its eyes were definitely bigger than its stomach because
They
it
were.
took my lugworm. It avoided a blank.
Yes.
Right, I'm off to Rhyl Harbour now. That place holds very special memories for me. And I do predict whiting galore this evening because it's dark and I will be fishing over high tide. And finally, are you sure that I can't persuade you to come and join me this evening?
Yep.
You're absolutely sure?
Definitely.
I'm fishing. It's still quite breezy as it was yesterday. However, it's dry, which is surprising really, because the weather forecast was for rain at this particular time, well, for some hours before as well. However, I'm not complaining because it makes fishing easier, but more importantly, I'm not bothered about it for myself. It makes recording easier because when the rain comes and my iPhone 5 gets wet, then it's impossible to do the business. A little bit of breeze, as I say, that will affect the filming, but this is it, warts and all, and hopefully some fish as well. Just a small whiting, but at least I'm not a blanker. I'm catching a few now, all whiting. There's the latest fish. It's quite decent enough-ish for one in the harbour. Coming off the hook very, very easily there. I'll show you. Well, I think he wants to go back. It's quite lively. But there you go. There's the whiting. The biggest so far. Another one bites the dust. I think I'll need the forceps on that one. The hook's just inside the mouth, but I won't be able to remove it by hand. They continue to come. They've all been about the same size so far, apart from that one. Look at the size of that. Before I cast out with this rod, let me show you my setup. Let's go for the lead first, shall we? That's a 4-ounce lead. It's a rolling bomb. That's fine in the conditions I've got out there. You can see there from the main line is the tube, the rubber tube. There's a swivel there that attaches it to the line itself, and there's a bead either side, a small snood, a amnesia, and a size 4 hook. That's quite small, isn't it? But that's fine for this type of venue. And I've got fresh lugworm there, and then above that, identical, except the colour of the tubing, but that's not important. So when I cast out, that sinks, and then both of those, if that's coming out well, I'm not sure in the lighting, but both of those will enticingly waft in the current, and well, I was going to say hopefully catch a fish or two, but that proved that has definitely been the case so far this evening, because I've lost count of the number of whiting that I've had. That's the largest fish so far this session.